Let's start working on question 16 in this video. So we have Smith, who loves dogs and he has a pair of some sort of dogs. Jones has a fear of dogs and cannot stand to be near them. Now Smith and Jones are deciding whether to live in Arlington or Bexley. If they end up living in the same part of the town, Jones will run into Smith walking his dogs and he will be afraid. So Jones prefers to be physically separated from Smith. Now the payoffs are given in this table over here. What do we have in part A? If Smith and Jones make their decisions individually, what will they do? Well, let's see. This is just a game theory question. So we have the payoffs. I wrote them in these cells like that because I think it's more comfortable to work out the game theory here. Let's see. If Jones decides to live in Arlington, what will Smith do? Well, the payoff for Smith is the second cell, so 800 versus 900. 900 is better, so Smith will decide to live in Bexley. Now, what if Jones decides to live in Bexley? Well, again, we're comparing the second cell for Smith, so 800 versus 900. Again, 900 is better, so Smith is going to decide to live in Bexley. Now, if we change the roles, what if Smith wants to live in Arlington? Well, Jones in that case will decide between 0 and 800 is better, so Jones will decide to live in Bexley. Now, if Smith decides to live in Bexley, what will Jones do? Well, he has to decide between 500 or 0. Well, 500 is better than 0, so Jones will decide to live in Bexley in this case. Sorry, Jones will decide to live in Arlington. Yes, Jones will decide to live in Arlington. So that will be the Nash equilibrium, meaning that Smith will live in Bexley, Jones will live in Arlington. Now let's see why this is the equilibrium. Because for Smith, we can see that he will always choose Bexley no matter what. So whatever Jones does, if he goes to Arlington, Smith chooses Bexley. If Jones chooses Bexley, Smith chooses Bexley as well. His outcome is always 900, which is greater than the alternative. So what we can see from here is that living in Bexley is a dominant strategy for Smith. So Smith will live in Bexley no matter what, and based on that, Jones is the one who has to decide what he is going to do. And we saw that for Jones, choosing between the two options of Arlington and Bexley, if Smith lives in Bexley, well, for Jones the decision is also pretty simple because he has to compare 0 with 500, and 500 is better, meaning that Jones will choose to live in Arlington, aka our Nash equilibrium. Hope this makes sense. Next video we solve part B.